Here's Johnny, cause you can't handle the truth. Cause you know what? Forget about Jake. It's Chinatown. Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 personal favorite Jack Nicholson movies. Yes, Jack Nicholson. Hey guys, I'm Jack Nicholson. That's my Jack Nicholson. I am so sorry for that horrible impersonation. Never again. Jack Nicholson. That was the last one. Anyways, here's my top 10 personal favorite Jack Nicholson list. Yes, a lot of people have been wondering what my favorite Jack Nicholson movies are. If you know my videos well, you'll probably know what my number one is, but hey, let's get to it, shall we? Here's my top 10 personal favorite Jack Nicholson movies. And for top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. And my honorable mentions are Something's Gotta Give, The Two Jakes, Wolf, About Schmidt, The Pledge, The Crossing Guard, and The Border. All good movies, just give me the top 10 list. But what did make my top 10 was my number 10. My number 10 is sort of a guilty pleasure, but I love this film anyways, and that is the movie The Witches of Eastwick. Yes, this movie is directed by George Miller. Yes, Mad Max, George Miller. Yes, he did Babe and Mad Max and Witches of Eastwick. He also did a few other films, but yeah. I love this movie. I have nostalgia for it because I've been watching this movie since I've been like 9 years old, and it's always been really funny to me, and I always had like a crush on Michelle Pfeiffer all through my childhood and stuff, so her in this movie just adds a bonus to it because, again, I loved Batman Returns, and, you know, childhood crushes, you know, I had a big crush on Michelle Pfeiffer. Anyways, she's great in this movie with Cher, Susan Sarandon, and of course Jack Nicholson in a very over-the-top performance as the devil, and yeah, he's basically in love with these three witches, or love. And yeah, this is a great sort of horror thriller, but mostly dark comedy, and it's just funny. It's really enjoyable, really funny. It's really spooky and campy. Feels almost like a Tim Burton movie more than a George Miller movie, but hey, it's a good movie. It's well directed. It's really funny. It's unbelievably cheesy, and it's unbelievably flawed, but I still like it. Coming number 9 is Prizzis Honor. Prizzis Honor is another great, dramatic, dark comedy about the mafia and a hitman falling in love. Again, great film. It's well directed. Jack Nicholson's fantastic in this movie. It's got a good pace, good writing, and it's all around delightful film. And this mostly would probably be on a lot of, like, you know, critics' top 5 lists because, again, this movie was nominated for multiple Academy Awards, and I totally get it, but again, this is a personal top 10 list. That's why you'll see a certain other film when I get to number 6, which will be on a lot of people's number 1s, but yeah, I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah, Prizzis Honor's great. It's a great dramatic comedy and definitely one of my favorites. Coming number 8 is The Missouri Breaks. The Missouri Breaks is actually a movie that's not on a lot of people's top 10 lists when they do Jack Nicholson movies, but again, I love Westerns. I grew up with Westerns. My grandparents introduced me to the Westerns, and I love this movie. This is a great film. I love Jack Nicholson in this movie, Marlon Brando in this movie, Randy Quaid in this movie, Harry Dean Stanton. Everyone's fantastic in this movie. I love how it's directed. It's a really fun, also Western comedy thriller. There's a lot of comedy in like the first act, but then when it gets to like the last half of the movie, when Marlon Brando comes as the friggin' shooter guy, yeah, and he starts like wiping out Jack Nicholson's men, then it turns into like a Western thriller, and just it gets really intense really fast, and I enjoyed the story. I love how thrilling and edgy this movie can be, but also it can be very deep, and also can be really funny. There's a lot of comedic moments, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love Jack Nicholson. I think steals this entire film. Marlon Brando's great too, but Jack Nicholson steals this movie, and it's just a fun Western movie, and if you love Westerns, you'll definitely love this movie. Coming number 7 is Easy Rider. Easy Rider, again, this will probably be lower on the list if Jack Nicholson was a lead character, but since he is a straight supporting role, this is only number 7, because this is Hopper and Fonda's movie. Yes, it's Hopper and Fonda's movie, it's not Nicholson's movie. Like, yeah, again, he's a straight supporting role. This is a great, like, sort of road trip biker movie, and it's so well done. It's wonderfully directed, wonderfully written. The score, the cinematography, the character study of these two characters, these two bikers, is absolutely fantastic and absolutely stunning. Again, it's a phenomenal film, one of the best films out there, but again, Nicholson is a supporting role. He's fantastic in his role, but again, it's mostly their two movies, that's why it's number 7 only, but again, still, amazing film. Coming number 6 is One Floor of the Cuckoos Nest. Yes, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, why isn't this movie number 1? Now you don't call yourself a film aficionado, this should be number 1, you suck. I'm sorry if you feel that way, if you do feel that way. But yeah, still, I loved it. This is a great movie. Talking honesty, all honesty, I've only seen this movie once. I saw this movie actually in high school. I saw it in my psychology class. Psychology class. I think I said it right the first time. Anyways, yes, I saw it in my psychology class in grade 12, and I really loved this film. It was a really great film, a really sad, emotionally hard-hitting film. Like that ending with the lobotomy. My God, spoilers. So fucking, so tragic. Freaking love Chief. Chief's such a great character. A lot of these characters are really good. I love that old guy that keeps dancing throughout the film. One of my favorite characters. And Nicholson is fantastic. Jack Nicholson is amazing in this movie. And of course the actress, I forgot her name. But yeah, she plays Nurse Ratched. She's amazing too. What a straight bitch of a villain. But yeah, this movie is a really good movie. It's a great dramatic movie about the mental illness and stuff, about a man in a mental hospital, befriending all these patients and stuff, but also making them learn, teaching them all about themselves and stuff, and how your illness is all in your mind and stuff, and happiness can also be a cure for your illness, and you see that with a certain character, very tragic ending with that character, but still, this movie is so good. The reason it's not like number 1 or 2, again, because I've only seen this movie once, and again, these other films are just personal favorites of mine, but this movie's still great. The rating's fantastic. Milos Forman's direction is amazing. It's emotional, it's tragic, it's realistic, it's wonderfully executed and wonderfully structured, and it's a great film. Great film. One of my favorites, just not my all-time favorite. Coming number 5 is A Few Good Men. A Few Good Men, yes, directed by Rob Reiner. It's got Demi Moore, Tom Cruise, Kevin Bacon, and of course Jack Nicholson. You fucking people. Jack Nicholson steals this movie. Again, just like I said in Easy Rider, he's a supporting role, but the reason this is lower, he makes this entire film. Yes, Tom Cruise is great in this movie. He is so good. Kevin Pollak is also great. Demi Moore is great. Kevin Bacon, they're great. J.T. Walsh is great. They're all fantastic in this movie. Even the small performance by Cuba Gooding Jr., they're all great in this movie. Jack Nicholson steals this film. He is amazing in this movie. He is so good as this despicable soldier who he ordered the code red. Yes, spoilers, he ordered the code red. Did you order the code red? You goddamn right I did. Just so good. You can't handle the truth, you fucking people. Just, he is so good. He was nominated for a supporting actor for this movie. He should have won it. This is one of the best performances Jack Nicholson has given in almost every movie he's played. And this is amazing. Such a great political movie. It's a great courtroom case movie about these soldiers who killed this other soldier, but because they were ordered to do it, Tom Cruise has to get them off. Basically get them off and make sure they don't serve life in prison and stuff because they are soldiers. They have to follow orders. And they're following Jack Nicholson's orders because he's a complete prick. And yeah, this movie's fantastic. It's got amazing writing. Rob Reiner's direction's fantastic. The performances are amazing, especially by Jack Nicholson. And it's, of course, one of my favorites. Coming number 4 is Batman. Yes, Age 89's Batman. I think you're all sick to death of me talking about this because I think I've talked about this movie like a bajillion times. He's amazing. He's not as good as Heath Ledger's Joker or Mark Hamill's Joker, but he's my third favorite Joker. He's great. The movie's mostly about him than Batman, but that's what makes Batman more interesting because how mysterious he is. His dynamics with Michael Keaton is great. He's just a great, amazing Joker, great villain. Jack Nicholson's born to be villains in movies, so of course he's great in this movie, and it's Batman. I've said everything that I need to say about Batman 89. Everyone knows I love it. It's one of my favorite superhero movies, one of my favorite Batman movies, and of course one of my favorite Jack Nicholson movies. Coming number 3 is The Departed. Yes, The Departed, y'all. This is another great film. Again, he's more of a supporting role, and again, he's a villain as Frank Costello. He is so great in this movie as this crime boss. Yeah, I love it. Martin Scorsese directed this movie. It's a remake of an old Japanese film called Infernal Affairs. Great film, but this is way better. One of my favorite Scorsese films. Mark Wahlberg is amazing as Digman, one of my favorite characters. I love Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Anthony Anderson, Martin Sheen, Vera Farmiga, Alec Baldwin. Everyone is a great ensemble in this film, and just everything about this movie is fantastic. There's great twists, great turns, great writing, great dialogue, great score. It's just a fantastic crime thriller, and it's one of my favorites. Coming number 2 is The Shining. Yes, here's Johnny. Everything about The Shining is so great. Again, one of my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies. One of my favorite movies that came out in the 1980s. Was it 80s or 70s? I think it was 70s, or even 80s. I'll put it right up there. This movie's fantastic. It's one of Kubrick's best movies. It's one of the greatest horror films of all time. It's not at all like the source material that Stephen King wanted, but still, it's fantastic, this movie. The way Kubrick directed this movie, the shots, the editing, the pacing, the atmosphere, everything about The Shining is just fantastic, and Jack Nicholson's performance as fucking Jack Torrance is unbelievably fantastic. Even that little kid, he's amazing. Shelley Duvall, even if she's a bit over the top at times, she is really great. Skyman Crothers is also fantastic. Some of the scenes in this movie are just brutal and just scary and just, my god. The scenes with the twins is just amazing. Scene with the kids like riding his bike and then all of a sudden, there they are, right at the end of that hallway. And the scene with the old lady in the bathtub, just, And of course, the maze scene when the kid's running in the maze and he's just chasing after him. Just such an intimidating scene. Just a great movie with a great climax, great ending, fantastic shots, and just amazing tension and atmosphere. Just one of the greatest horror films ever. And of course, one of my favorite Jack Nicholson movies. He is just so good. Here's Johnny. And my number 1 favorite Jack Nicholson movie is Chinatown. Yes, this movie I do know came out in the 1970s. Yes, I know that for a fact. This is great. Directed by Roman Polanski, starring Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway. This movie is so freaking good. Forget about it, Jake. It's Chinatown. Just so good. And the ending to this movie, one of the great endings. Just what a tragic ending. I did not see that ending coming. No way in hell I would spoil that. I spoiled a lot of things already in this video, but I will not spoil the ending to Chinatown. You have to experience that ending. This movie's fantastic, though. It's got a great story, great mystery, some great thrills. There's some great character elements in this film. I love the interaction with Nicholson and Faye Dunaway. Just amazing performances. They have great chemistry with each other. When you find more and more about this character, her character, I mean, the more intriguing it gets, the more thrilling and edgy it gets. Jack Nicholson's performance is one of the great performances I've ever seen Jack Nicholson give. It's probably my favorite performance he gives in a film because I love him in that movie so much. I would have given him an Oscar for his role in this movie. He is just so brilliant, so great. I love his character. I love that he wants to do the right thing, but also he's kind of a smart-ass kind of character. He gives an amazing performance. I didn't even mind the sequel to Two Jakes. That was a good sequel, but this movie is fantastic. The writing, the direction, the storytelling, everything about this movie is so deep and thought-provoking. Amazing. It's a film that was way ahead of its time, and I absolutely love it. And it's personally my favorite Jack Nicholson movie. So yeah, that's my top 10 personal favorite Jack Nicholson movies. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what are your top 10 favorite Jack Nicholson movies? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.